Hello, fourth grade. So today for math, what we're going to be doing is going to page 296 in your math journals. 296, like I have here on my screen. And what we're going to do is just go through this math box. And number 1 says, draw the figure after it is translated to the right. Remember, translate means slide. So all you're going to do over here is redraw this shape as it's slid to the right. So you're just redrawing it over here to the right because translate again means slide. For number 2, remember your denominators, your bottom numbers of your fraction need to be the same number. If they're not, then you're going to need to change them to make sure that they're the same in order to solve your problem. So for 2, letter A, you have 7/8 minus S equals 1/8. You're figuring out what S is. So I know that 7 minus 6 equals 1. So S is going to equal 6/8 because 7/8 minus 6/8 equals 1/8. 2B is a little bit different. Notice my denominators here are not the same. So what I'm going to need to do is I'm going to need to take this number 2 here, times that by 2, and then the top number, 1, also needs to be times by 2. So my new equation is going to be 2/4. So now if I have t plus 1/4 equals 2/4, you need to figure out, well, what plus 1/4 equals 2/4. And your answer here is going to be 1/4. Okay, you need to do the same for C and D. If you scroll down to number 3, name the first 10 multiples of each number. Again, you need to go in your MCA math packet and look what a multiple is if you don't remember. Then you need to make sure that these next numbers are all the next multiples of 6 and of 86. Number 4, insert parentheses to make each number sentence true. Remember, first look at your equal sign. Both sides of your equal sign need to equal each other. So this equation, all of this equals 250. You need to figure out where to put those parentheses to make sure that this side equals 250. Same with here, your next one. This left side all needs to equal 3.1. So what you're going to do here, you have 21.7 divided by 3. Remember to just forget about that decimal for a second. So what you're going to do is 217 divided by 3. You're going to have to write that out somewhere and show your work. And then you're going to figure out, okay, whatever that equals plus 4, is it 3.1? If not, then you're going to have to take 217, remember, forget about that decimal, divided by maybe 3 plus 4, so 7. You've got to try to figure it out. Number 5, gum costs 80 cents per pack. What is the cost of 4 packs of gum? So what you're going to do here again is forget about your decimal for a second. So what you're going to do for 5A is 4 times 80. Then when you're done figuring out what 4 times 80 is, you're going to come back to your answer and you're going to move your decimal over twice. So I know that 4 times 80 is 320. So my answer is not going to be 320 because I haven't added my decimal. I'm going to put 320 on the line right here, and then I'm going to move my decimal twice to the left. So my answer is going to be $3.20. So for the next one, you're going to have to do 80 times 10. And when you have that answer, which is 800, you have to move your decimal over twice to the left. So I'm going to put my answer 800 here. Then I'm going to move my decimal to the left, which will give me $8. Okay, you need to do the same for the next two. After 296, I want you to go to 297, the next page. Number 1 says the object below has the shape of a geometric solid. Name the solid. Go to your MCA packet and look at your solids if you don't know what this is called right here. We went over this, like a can of soup. What kind of solid shape is that? Go to your MCA packet if you don't remember. Number 2, draw the figure after it's rotated counterclockwise. Okay, rotate means to turn. So some of you are going to go, okay, well, 1/4 turn to the right. No, because it says counterclockwise. Oops. Counterclockwise means the opposite way that the clock moves. So you're going to turn this a 4th turn to the left. So you're going to need to redraw this, but turn to the left 1/4 of a turn, 90 degrees. Okay. Number 3, we did this one yesterday, or one like it, I should say. Write a number model to estimate the answer. Estimate. The answer is already done for you here. Okay, so this new number model, you need to estimate. Okay, well, 7.56 is pretty close to 8. Okay, so I'm going to say 8 times 4. I know that, so I'm just going to leave the 4. 8 times 4 equals 32 is what your number model here would be. Then your answer is going to be close to 32. Now you have to go back and insert your decimal, which would go right here because 30.24 is pretty close to 32. For this next one, 563.2 divided by 4. Well, I'm going to figure out something that's going to be easily divisible. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to round this 563 to 600. Close enough. So I'm going to do 600 here divided by, let's do 5, because that's easy, equals. If you don't know what 600 divided by 5 is, you're going to have to go over here and write it out. 600 divided by 5 and figure out your answer. Then when you have your answer, you're going to insert your decimal here to what would it be close to. Number 4, remember the bigger the negative, the smaller the number. So here some of you want to go, oh, well, 14 is bigger than 6. Nope, because it has a negative sign. Negative 14 is actually smaller or less than negative 6 because negative 6 is closer to 0 on the number line than negative 14 would be. Negative 14, you keep going to the left, where negative 6 would be closer to that 0 or that positive numbers. For D here, actually, if you go back, negative 1/4, negative 2/5. If you want to write this down to help you, negative 1/4 is the same as 0.25. D, also on this side, negative 2/5 is the same as 0.40. So over here you'd have negative 0.25. Here you would have negative 0.40. So whatever bigger negative it is the smaller. E, negative 3/9 is the same as negative 1/3. So those two would be equal there. Number 5, round each number to the nearest tenth again. Remember, tenth is right after your decimal here. Tenths. So if you have 3.4, it's either going to be 3.4 or 3.5, depending on that next number. That next number is higher than 5, so we're going to round up. 3.5 would be your answer here. Number 6, Jake can ride his bike 5 miles in 40 minutes. So here I want you to put 5 equals 40. How long does it take him to ride 1 mile? Circle the best answer. So here you should have lined up 5 equals 40. So under it, you would put 1 equals what? So if I know 5 to get to 40 is times 8, what would 1 times 8 be? How long would it take him to bike 1 mile? Okay, and those are your math pages for today, 296 and 297.